Hi, Sandy. Obviously, the biggest question is, what can you tell us about Stewie's health status and what you can get from her tonight?
Yeah, look, the plan is for Stewie to go through warm-ups and push it as hard as she can, and then make a decision. So it is a game time decision, and we have to wait and see.
Just in terms of what she was able to do over the last 36, 48 hours, emphasis on rest and treatment, presumably.
Yeah, look, and that's why I said I think the injury, it was, yeah, she hurt her knee, but it was probably the best result we could give, given it's just a sprained MCL. It could have been way worse. And so it's really a pain tolerance for her. But we want to make sure that she's, able to go and confident. She's getting rest and treatment, and slowly moving through. And yeah, so we'll see.
And just the last thing, do you need more from Emma specifically tonight to account for?
Yeah, 100% Emma, KB. I didn't think they had their best games in the last one, but we have full confidence in them, and we know that they'll be great tonight.
Knowing that you guys have an opportunity to win tonight, not have to play again until Sunday, I mean, how much are you guys just taking on that tough back on the wall mindset, I guess, getting into tonight?
We've been in this situation before. We know, we were able to go to Phoenix and steal a game there. So now it's about taking care of home court. We know these games, the hardest games to win are the closeout games, because there's desperation from the other team. It's win or go home. So we'll use our experience there, and obviously the great crowd that we'll have.
Nate was asked this morning at shoot around sort of about this idea of if Stewie plays, they're probably going to try to exploit her because she's not 100%. I guess just if she plays, then how do you exploit what they might do?
I think Stewie's really smart there, and it's up to the officials to make sure that the game's played in the right way. I mean, that's the most important thing. You never want to go out there and intentionally hurt anyone. But yeah, it was a very physical game in Phoenix. We have to see how the officials are going to call it early in the game. And, Stewie's played for a long time and smart enough to know to obviously navigate through those areas as well.
And also going over to JJ, I guess how much of it is a consideration to really play some of the offense through her tonight?
Yeah, look, obviously the way we play, the ball should touch a lot of people's hands, and we try and put certain people in it. But we need, JJ. They really took JJ out of the game last game. If you saw that, even on her rolls, there's three people they're pre-rotating. We want JJ to be JJ. We need her to get those deep post touches and go up strong. We want paint touches, but even her rolling, it's gravitational pull, isn't it? And hopefully it's about making those open looks, because we both had open looks. But then we want her on the perimeter to shoot the ball. So JJ rebounded. She had great rim protection. Her rolls drew a lot of people, and now we just, try and put her in a little bit more action so she can get some more touches to, hopefully have a big night for us.
Hey, Sandy. You just answered about half of this, but
Okay.
I was going to ask you about that. The disruptive nature of this Phoenix defense, both in collapsing into the paint, but also on those initial actions on the perimeter, and how they're kind of selling out sometimes to blow up and try to get those turnovers the other way. How can you find a balance with the offense that is what you guys have run all year, but also knowing that they're being hyper aggressive and try to find holes in that?
Yeah, being smart. Look, it's the 0.5 mentality. If you hold it too long, you allow them to get in position to blow you up. And, just making good setup moves. I thought we could have done a little bit more setup moves to lower the screen, especially like Sabrina with Kalani on her. I thought McCarney, not Kalani, Brown, it's McCarney, just to get some more contact on those screens. I think that kind of helps, because that's all she needs, just a little bit of separation there. We've got to take care of the ball. We know they're going to full rotate in some of our pop actions. So just being really intentional when we need to cut to create space. And, we both didn't, shoot the ball as well as we would have hoped. So hopefully it's a great night for us in particular tonight.
Sandy, over the past couple of days, how involved were you talking with Stewie about if she would try and go, and what kind of advice or communication did you have with her about potentially trying to play?
Yeah, look, ultimately, I mean, Stewie has some great people around her. She's had a similar injury. I think that kind of helps knowing what she's capable of doing. But for me, it's my there's no pressure from me. There's no pressure from this organization to play. Of course, we want her. We want her to make sure she's going out, that she feels good enough to go as close to 100% as possible, because of what Jackie alluded to, because they're going to go at her. If they see any kind of weakness, they're going to go at her there. So we'll rely on Stewie, how she feels, and obviously the medical staff, and we'll go from there.
Just going back to JJ, I mean, she's taken single-digit shot attempts in 5 of her last 6 games. Do you feel like that's enough for her?
No, not at all. Not at all. I think JJ's, it's us, JJ being more aggressive where she can, and us making sure we're putting her in the action a little bit more. So it goes both ways, but we believe in JJ, and I'm confident she's going to go out and have a big game today.
Sandy, in 2021, you led your Phoenix team to the finals as a number 5 seed, and this season you're trying to do the same thing. Have you drawn comparisons or experiences from that year to help you navigate where you are now?
Yeah, 100%. Look at the results. Anyone can beat anyone, just from, what happened last night. But yeah, been in situations. In Phoenix, I had a lot of injuries too, and sometimes we had to win double eliminations to keep going. You just experience matters. My thing was there is we had Diana Taurasi and they didn't. That's what it really usually came down to. These big time players rising to these occasion, and we have big time players here, and that's what the experience will lean into.
Going back to Sabrina, do you feel like, on those high pick and rolls, dribble handoffs, that she maybe could have taken more of those threes, or do you think it was about the lack of separation that you just mentioned initially?
Yeah, look, I think she got some wide open looks with this guard to guard that, you'd miss. They're shots we know she's capable of making. I think, I thought Makani did a really good job on her too, but I thought, she's very smart, just those setup moves. She only needs a little bit of space and she'll knock those down. So if she's open, she's got the green light. She knows that. But she's also, great at facilitating too. So we need both of that tonight. The ball's going to be in her hands, and Tash was great for us as well too. So it's great. We can show them a few different looks.
Hi, Coach. What do you think this team, your team being in the playoffs, means to the city of New York and specifically to the borough of Brooklyn?
Yeah, look, obviously it's, to win a championship last year wasn't just for the New York Liberty, it was all for all of New York. This team is the original team, and first winning its first championship, I think will be something that we'll all remember, not just the players and staff, but it's everyone involved in this city. And you've been to the games, the buzz that we have and we generate here, and the people that, you see them wearing seafoam shirts everywhere around the city. That's pretty cool, especially, it's a real basketball city here, and it's great that young girls can look up to and they can dare to dream, because everything's possible.
Hey, Coach, in the back. When you are the 5 seed, when you don't have home court advantage for a series, how big of an advantage is it to have a closeout game on your home court?
Oh, it's big time. It's big time. It's nice. But even we're playing away, it's all we're fine playing away because we've done this before and we've had to do it, and you have to do it during all the playoffs. But to come home, that's pretty special. This is a pretty special home court for us, and the fans, we know they'll be behind us, and we're going to need all of it tonight.
Hi, Coach. Thank you for taking the time. You talk about experience a lot, but it seems like a lot of experience always focuses on last year, the championship experience. So how does the experience of, playing without these starters, how does that experience come to help a team that's going to press for something bigger? As Sabrina Ionescu called it, it was the, quote, beauty of the struggle. So how is the experience without the star players? How's that going to help you now as you move forward?
I mean, everyone goes through adversity, doesn't they? I think it's an opportunity for growth. So, everything. It's more like, so what are we going to do about it? It's like, it's a what if situation, isn't it? Life's not always going to be perfect. Sport's not always going to be perfect. So let's just control what we can control with all the work that we've put in all season long. And that's what I like. We have to embrace hard, because that's when it's more joy out of that, isn't it? So let's go. Let's see what we got.
Hey, Sandy, this team has always been at its best when it's running through pace and running up and down the floor. If Stewie isn't 100% or even can't even go tonight, just how do you replicate and try to simulate that pace to make sure you have that success on the fast break?
Yeah, it wasn't very fast in that last game, was it? So it was like, whoa, okay, this is pretty slow. But a little fatigue probably sets in. The physicality really drains the energy out there. We've just got to make sure. I thought we rebounded extremely well, and that's a part about us getting out into pace. And it was we had days in between, so we probably rode some of our players a little heavier there. But I think we can lean in. I think Kennedy and Emma, we know they didn't have their best games, but we have confidence in them, and JJ too. So we'll use, I think when we're running and before defenses can get set, I think that's when we're at our best, and hopefully we'll do it again today. Thanks, guys.